Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm, and I'm with Jackson this morning. How you doing, Jackson?
Good about yourself?
Pretty good.
Yep.
We're out here with the bulls. We just moved the bulls onto the strip over there, and we're down in a bottom area on our bullies farm. And one of the things we wanted to highlight was this area beside you, Jackson. You still see a few of the weeds over there that he didn't nail. It was really bad with ironweed. And ironweed is one that gets about it can get 6-7 feet tall, especially down in this bottom where you got pretty good fertility. So the landowner, he came down here with a tractor and brush hog, and he just did this one corner right here. He didn't go up on the hill there. He didn't do the rest of the bottom. And what you're looking at over there, folks, that brown stuff, that's actually what we call common ragweed. It's not near as, it doesn't take as much moisture as that ironweed was thick down here. And the ironweed was here when we leased it. So we leased this last December. We came down in here, I mean, it was thick. And usually you see ironweed, if you get some severe pugging in a prolonged wet period, you'll see some of that, and along with ragweed as well. But what we wanted to point out was he mowed that off. It was around the end of July. And it had been dry. We were in a drought. And so Doug, he set his mower up where he was just getting the tops. Just barely clipping the top of that fescue. And I was looking through here. I can't see any tops that aren't regrown, that don't have a...
Yeah.
So he nailed it just perfectly. He took the weeds off and didn't get down into the canopy with the fescue. But, Jackson, you and I were talking about earlier, this is where we mowed, and we're going to walk over. Let's go ahead and walk over here where we didn't mow. And there's a lot of forage here. But, Doug looked like a rock star when he mowed this, and we got 9 inches of rain. It probably wouldn't look quite this pretty. We hadn't got the 9 inches of rain the first week of August. And now we haven't had any rain since. But look at this. I mean, you can pull that up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's, if you put that leaf up on your knee, Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's 2 feet. We got 2 foot of forage over here. And, you and I were talking, it doesn't look quite as landscapey looking and pretty, but the tonnage.
Oh, it's massive.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Hard to walk over.
Yeah. Well, you and I just walked this in. We didn't bring the four-wheeler over here. We just walked it in, and we were both talking about how tough it was to walk through.
High knees.
High knees, that's right. You got to pick your legs up. But the surprising thing is the diversity in here. There's quite a bit of clover now, complements of the grazing, and we spread. Let's see, that would have been in, it was February when I put it out. And I've broadcast 3 pounds of red clover seed on this to the acre with a broadcast seeder on our four-wheeler. You can see it's starting to come now. When we leased this, there just wasn't any clover in here at all. But you're starting to see it. Yeah, it's just showing up. And of course, this clover went to seed this year. And so we're going to probably see more next year. So we're starting to get some clover in this fescue. And, this is Kentucky 31. And, people talk about it being a really bad grass. But for winter grazing, it's probably one of the best you can have on your farm. So let's go back over where we mowed it, and you can pull that grass up. I mean, look at that. It's just, whew. Yeah. Go ahead and pull that back right there. Let's look at let's see if we can get to the ground. Open it up like that. There you go. Yeah, man, look at that. Folks, this is why fescue holds cattle up in the wintertime. Look at the plant. Look at the plant spacing there. I mean, my gosh, it's just solid. It's like having it's like having this huge pad under your cattle when it's raining, and when they step on this continuously with their cloven hooves, this fescue will hold them up. Or if it was all this right here, that's bluegrass. Go ahead and pull that over. Yeah, see, there's nothing there to hold the cow up, and so they're gonna leave a mark right there. But this fescue, it's got a very dense root system underneath it, and for gardeners that live in the fescue belt and they're trying to raise flowers or vegetables, if this stuff gets in your garden, it's pretty hard to control. You're probably going to have it there for a long time. And the bulls are really, we can see all their heads are down over there. There's 26 bulls in there, and they're getting moved once a day. And they're all really, really good condition. But folks, when your bulls aren't breeding cows, you can cut them back. We're giving them small paddocks, and they don't need as much. Their nutrient requirements are dropped dramatically if they're not breeding cows. So we're just kind of maintaining them. They're growing. They're putting on some weight for winter, but they're not. They're sure not putting on 3 pounds a day, which, you know, you don't need that in a non-breeding bull. This is just a pretty area down here. It looks nice after Doug mowed it off. I'm gonna walk over here and just show them. Why don't you walk over with me?
Yep.
I want you to stand by one of those ironweeds. He got most of them. They are kind of an unsightly thing, but the sheep really work over ironweed. Of course, they can't reach the top of it. When Doug mowed this off, he's very diplomatic on what he mowed. I think this is pretty cool. He went around the big blue stem to let it go to seed. And there's another clump behind you. He didn't mow that off. So he was watching. I don't see too many that he missed. I mean, you can go ahead and stand beside that one. So folks, that's an ironweed. There must have been, I don't know, 5,000 of them down here. There's one right beside you on the ground. Yeah. So, you know, you got a whole farm full of those. They are taking up moisture. If you don't have sheep, the sheep would have ate those. They would have ate those leaves while they're green. Of course, now it's just earthworm food, and it'll be knocked down on the ground, and the cattle will do that for us. Here's the seed heads on it. But, you know, as long as you have a stand of grass that's this thick and is putting pressure on the ironweed, I think over time the ironweed will go bye-bye and the grasses will colonize this area. So I'm not too concerned about it. I mean, if it was autumn olive bushes, we'd be concerned about it. We cleared this whole farm, the fence rows, and you can see the ones that we didn't get a real good paint job on. They came back, and they did it in 1 year. Not even 1 year, one growing season. They're just a beast of a plant. We need to get the breeders out here, the plant breeders, to find out what it is about that autumn olive and cross those cross those traits onto all the good things that we want to grow.
Including the berries.
Yeah, including the berries. Y'all chowing down on them berries.
Oh, we were, yeah. Whenever they got ripe, we'd stop in the middle of chores, pull underneath a tree, and just start pulling down branches.
You look like a bunch of coons out there.
Yeah, staining all your shirts, because it turns everything deep red.
They're pretty good.
They're tasty.
Right now, they're really the time to eat them. Because they're going to, here in another 2 or 3 weeks, they'll start turning overripe, and that's when the birds really take them. And that's when the birds start doing this. They just start pooping them everywhere. But I really can't blame the birds. No. It's a great treat.
It is.
So.
And every single one's got a seed inside, and just everywhere.
Yep. Well, Jackson, thanks for helping me with this
Sure.
demonstration this morning. And folks, y'all on the way out, hit that subscribe button and be watching our channel. I'm going to be posting, I believe it's 14 cow-calf pairs, and they are bred to a South Pole bull. And the heifers themselves, they're all 2-year-old cows. And there's been the family's had some health issues, and they just can't take care of both. They've got sheep and cattle, and it's the wife. She's down to where she's the one that's got to take care of them, and I don't blame her. She picked the animals that are smaller that she can take care of. So anyway, it's a really good opportunity. This is a new herd. They got a beautiful bull with the herd. It's a 2-year-old, just purchased this spring from us, a Judy South Pole bull. And all these cows have been exposed to him since June. And they're beautiful. They're just beautiful 2-year-old cows. They've calved, and they've got some really nice calves on them. It's going to be a good opportunity for someone to get a start on a really young herd. And potentially, they've all been exposed to the bull. So I'm going to say probably the majority of them are bred back. They're in good condition. The lady has done an awesome job of moving these animals. They lick out of her hand. They let her rub them. I mean, it's a pretty nice story. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Everyone have a good one, and we'll see you next time.